Lord, so one of the twins is meeting with an artist development person to try to get her solo career going. Music is your future, huh? You're just gonna continue with the bullshit plot line from last season when they didn't have Tanya's suspect boyfriend to make fun of. Because he's busy doing Chasing Atlanta. Okay. Her sister said, "Oh, can I go with you while you lay down the track?" She begrudgingly lets her sister show up, but she's like, "I'm gonna try to wean her off gently." No, you gotta rip the band-aid off on that one, because she emotionally manipulate you into hanging around with her butt. You ain't never getting rid of her. She's like a barnacle. A barnacle. Wait a minute, didn't you want to open a nail salon? Weren't you doing that? I remember the nail salon seems like it would work. Music, honey, I don't know. Oh, they're upset with Minnie that she's not getting them any gigs or promoting them. You don't have anything to promote, dear. So now we got Minnie and her man at the cupcakery. The boyfriend said, "Oh, Minnie, I didn't know you were everybody's manager." Well, don't worry about it. She ain't got much to manage because ain't no talent in the bunch. I'm sorry, I heard them little tracks from last season and Oh, Minnie's gonna hear to Foghorn Leghorn, aka her mama. Although now she does look more like Deb Hot Point Atney. Oh my God, he said, "I'm scared. Your mama looked like she could beat me up." I mean, he done seen her. She could move quick with a plate of chicken wings. Meanwhile, across town, Abira and Juicy are at the lingerie store. Oh, it's Abira's 34th and she's throwing a burlesque party. No, I would never have a burlesque party. Maybe a luau. Oh, and now Tanya joins us. She's back. She couldn't have a turn-up without showing up. You always here for a good turnip. A good turnip. You moved back to Atlanta. You never left. Juicy seeing Abira and Tanya's freak flag flying, and she's getting a little nervous about the lesbian affair she may be attending. Oh God, now she's getting in the studio because she's been writing music. Now you were all about your teas and your herbs and selling natural home remedies online. That was your business, and now you in music too. For 4 years we've known you and we ain't heard nothing about music. We've heard about your sissy, we've heard about your stud, but we ain't never heard about music, ever. But now you're getting in the studio. What, they just said, you know what, let's just turn this into Love and Hip Hop. Oh, Lord. Tanya did not say Juicy is the queen and she wants to be managed by royalty. What does she have to manage? I see why they taking on all these clients. Ain't no gigs, ain't no work, ain't nothing to do. But yeah, I'll manage him. I ain't got nothing to do. Sign me up. Them heifers probably scamming you out your show check. Juicy said, "I ain't never heard none of Tanya's music, but I think she should stick to her crystals and crap." So Tanya says, "What's been going on? I've been seeing some crazy things online." And Abir gonna say, "Oh, when I got jumped by ticka. See, Abir, this is why you and them don't get along, because you always gotta say something slick. And then they watch the show back and they're like, yeah, I'm not filming with her. Juicy, I'm with you. I wish Abir could stop feuding with the twins too, but it's her mouth. She always has to say something slick every time, like Marlo to Kenya. And honestly, it is getting old. Like, if you don't like them, just be like, that's them, and move on. But you always got to do a ticka. You always got to have a read. You always have to return serve. And even when they were ignoring you, you just couldn't accept, oh, they don't want to talk to me. I don't need to talk to them, and move on. Oh, no, you had to, why ain't your bubblehead come to my... And then you wonder why they didn't come to your party. So now we got Minnie and Foghorn Leghorn, and Minnie's cooking dinner, getting ready to introduce her to her new main Squeeze and his chipped teeth. Oh, she said, oh, you gonna cook for your man? Has he eaten your food before? I mean, you don't want to scare him off this early. We could order, honey. I don't want to ruin dinner. She said, why he nervous to meet me? She said, because you're my mama, a.k.a. because you put all them hot chicken wings on Juicy with the quickness. And we saw how buck you got at the reunion. You ain't afraid of a scrimmage or a skirmish. Yep, Minnie brought up them wings. She said, I can't even go into a chicken place. And you shouldn't. I would, if you came into my chicken place, I'd have to have some plexiglass to make sure you couldn't act a fool. You'd have to pick your wings up outside. And I'd hand it to you. Don't you throw this over here. Just like that. Child, Moni's still staying with the Bira. That's broke. They got castmates doubling up in housing. How VH1. So Moni says, you know what, I done finally got my first paycheck, so I'ma get on out, cause your kids be getting on my nerves in the morning. Back with Minnie and her mama, the man drops by and he brought a gift. Manners. He brought her a mug. It looked like a re-gift. It looked like something he had laying about the house and had never opened. It looked like a gift with purchase, but he went on and got a new bag for it. It's okay though, you tried. I mean, looking at your clothes, something lying around the house is what was in your budget. This spaghetti does not look appetizing. The sauce isn't clinging to the noodle. That's a bad sign. Oh, he done bought her a first step ring. So they tell the mama, we gonna move into the city together, and she say, oh, y'all gonna be shacking up. You need to make sure you can live with the person before you get entangled in a marriage. A year's lease can save your life. The mama a hateful heifer. We'll see how this plays out. They've been together for a year, let them move in together. You should be happy for her. Rather than her just jumping into a marriage with a man she's never lived with. Oh, Lord. So now we got the twins and Amanda's trying to get her solo career on, so she's going to sing and dance with her coach. We done found a sissy with an Ada BC hat and sweater on. Oh, I ain't seen that hat since Oz. Amanda, you really said my sister and I are known to be rappers? You got out of the butt shaking business. One of you was gonna open a nail salon, and then because now we want Juicy and Minnie to be managers, y'all got into the rap game last season, and you really have no albums, no music, no tour. You have nothing to show for your rap career, but you're known as rappers. You're known as reality, and I don't even want to say stars, I will say participants. You are reality show participants at best. Oh, she wants to focus on her singing? Her singing? That's like Nicki Minaj focusing on her singing. Lord, I don't care how many exercises you give this heifer, you ain't gonna get the note, Dallas. I'ma call you Dallas BC. Oh, Lord, are you wearing the hat like this to try to hide the fact that your hairline's going back further than Sade's? Honey, go on and wear it with pride like I do. Cause this looks an absolute fool. It looks like your wig is askew. You gonna put a development plan together for her? Why you wasting your time? I guess you just here to advertise. Free press and full promo. I don't know how you think you doing anything behind Minnie's back. You're only trying to make yourself better. You won't, but Minnie ain't helping you because, again, ain't no work. Nobody's booking you. Nobody's calling. So if you want to, continue to pursue this dead end, you can go ahead. Trust me, Minnie's laughing all the way to the bank with a percentage of your show check since she's managing you. And now Andrea says, oh, well, Amanda, why don't we take these classes together? Because she ain't gonna let you do nothing by herself, like I said earlier in the episode. Barnacle. So, child, she dropped Amanda off at home, and Amanda's like, I want to throw up, and storms off. I told you gotta rip the Band-Aid off with her. But now everybody's getting ready for the lingerie affair. I say lingerie because it looks flammable. Lingerie doesn't. See, Tanya, when you tell people, oh, I'm doing music, and they have to ask, what you doing, singing or rapping? And you say, oh, I'm singing, girl, like people are supposed to know. If they have to ask, they clearly don't. I'm singing, girl, like you known as a singer, like we'd never heard you hum. We didn't even see you sing that baby to sleep. Juicy has the girls, they aren't sitting up, they are standing up. That has to be uncomfortable. She can't even look down. And for once, Juicy is actually being nice to Minnie and big-upping her on finding a real man. So Minnie glosses over how it went with her mama, and Juicy, of course, is going to pick at the sore. You was doing good for 2 seconds, and you gotta mess it up. That's just, it's too much like right for you, huh? It's too much like right for your wrong ass. Oh, Abira, we did not need to see your butt, but I actually wasn't mad at your sparkly, chunky heel. But it was a chunky heel. Chunky heels seem to be coming back in fashion. Well, they ain't back in fashion, but they seem to be thrust upon the marketplace. Now, Abir, why do you have on this, 80s princess dress when the theme is burlesque? That's not a burlesque dress. I mean, it's a little corset, but it's still very fairy princess. Those sparkling heels weren't burlesque. Oh, now we got Juicy eating carrots out her cleavage. That's not the look. And I know that's sweaty in there. Oh, Lord, we got Abira's mama and the outfit she got on. She a mama D. She a mama D. I know the mama ain't got on lingerie that looks like a giant doily and some Ugg boots. I know I did not see her shimmy off in Ugg boots and lingerie, and I mean she had on the little robe and a bra and panty. Nearly nude, scantily clad. I know it's burlesque, but that was just boudoir. Blanche Devereaux wore more. So now Tanya says, you know what, I know we're all drunk right now, but we need some mediaye. We need to be able to get the twins back on the same page with Abir and Abir on the same page with the twins. We've got to heal the group. So I need us to sit down with my shamans to suss it out. Juicy said, we don't need to go to a witch doctor to get our heads shrunk. We already little. Oh, so house to house Bodie tells Juicy, you know, I think I've been at Abira's house too long and the kids are starting to call me Auntie Moan and boring me with their toys and their day-to-day activities. And Juicy says, is this heifer gonna ask to move in with me again? Yes, because they're not paying her enough to get her own spot. Oh, Moni just needs a ride for house hunting, okay. Juicy said, praise the Lord, I did not want to have to put this heifer out yet again. So now Moni drops by the twins. Oh my goodness. So Moni's telling the girls about the night with Tanya and she saw the fight on TMZ and they said, I can't believe that fight was on TMZ. Why not? You know, production paid for that, right? You know, they sent them that footage. They paid for that you know that happened. That was paid press and promo. Child, they said we don't believe in shaman and we will never make peace. So the twins reluctantly agree to go, but they say we never gonna be cool with it, but we could be in the same room. Meanwhile, across town, we've got Tanya talking to Minnie and Abira about setting up with the shaman. Now, Abira, I believe, as a rapper, she's come on as a rapper, and that Drop It Off song was cute. It was cute. So Abira's down for it, and she's hoping to get an apology out of it. I'll say you play into their narrative. You've got to stop playing into their narrative. Is this a 2-hour episode? Why? Yeah, it seems like a 2-hour episode. So now we got Minnie and Moni house hunting. Now, Juicy, you know Moni cannot afford a $4,500 a month apartment. Don't say, well, she never gave me a budget. How much y'all making on this show? So now we showing a mobile home in somebody's backyard. Child, this thing got a Hawaiian theme. It's actually cute. It's a cute little he or she shed. And they want $2,500 for that. So she go on and take the third place because that was the one that made sense. So now Minnie and her foghorn leghorn of a mama have a sit down because she still has that rooster red hair. Her mama's like, I like your man. Why didn't you tell me about the ring? It wasn't like a Pandora bracelet. Now they're about to have a Pandora commercial. Why you going down Pandora? And that ring could be cubic zirconia. Oh my God, now mama, they are not moving too fast. A year at their age, it's time to move in together and see if we can really make it work. And I ain't marrying nobody I ain't lived with. Cause sometimes it's like, ooh, no. Oh, she said you're not focused enough. You're managing the twins in Abira. What have you done with them? Ain't nothing to do with them but have this fake plot line. They didn't have Tanya last season, so they had to go for what they knew. And they was trying to incorporate them Dallas heifers, so they just said, you know what, let's capitalize on the Atlanta music scene. We could get some free studio time. And if you notice, you barely saw them in the booth. They were always in random waiting rooms. Well, she says she can't do nothing because they fighting with each other. She said, now look, the twins in the beer, that ain't going nowhere. Me and Nick, we on the road. We got potential and kinetic. Them girls ain't even got potential. The mama's still saying, I think you're moving too fast. Don't you go chasing waterfalls. Later that day, it's time for the shaman cleansing at Tanya's. Abira's the first to arrive. And she said, look, I got an open mind, so I'm gonna just go with the flow. And now Moni and Juicy arrive. Why Moni got a hard hat on? So the twins show up stank and they see Minnie's car isn't there. So they give her a quick call and Minnie's like, I'm not feeling well. Honestly sounded like she had the vi-vi, coughing and fever. But the girls say, okay, well, we'll call you when we leave here. We'll probably be out of here in 3 minutes. See, if you're gonna show up with that energy, you ain't about healing. You're about heffing and hating. All right, so the shaman starts the healing. We got the maracas just to shimmy in. It does sound soothing. So now we're going to have our letting go ceremony, and whoever has the stick is the only one who gets to speak. I think that's good, because these is definitely some talk over each other heifers. So the stick gets to the twins, and they say they don't have anything to say. You see, stank. They don't even want to participate. They came for the check. And now here comes a beer with the slick shade. She always got a slick shade. It's about you letting go. Now, she says, I need to be in a better headspace and not let others' insecurities. And of course, the twins know that shade to them. Why, Abir? You just should have said, I need to be in a better headspace and not let others affect me. I need to be focused on me. Now, you could have said, not let others affect me, because the twins do affect you. Because you always got to say something slick. So the shaman says, okay, let's talk about some of the anger that's being felt, because I can see it. And Abir is mad that she was jumped. But you were also egging them on. And you wanted to fight both of them at the same time. So it devolves into an argument very quickly. Stop having a problem with me. We don't have no problem with you. So Abira storms off. The shaman, Tanya, and Moni is with her. And they like, okay, girl, just breathe. Now, Abir gonna say, where did I pick on them at? I'll tell you where. When you said, I won't let other people's insecurities. That's where you picked on them at, Abira. That's where you started it, because you always gotta be slick at the mouth. So don't say, where did I pick on them at? I just showed you. That's where. Don't throw a rock and hide your hand. Don't be cheap from Loveless Marriage, Huntsville. So they convince Abira to go back to the circle. Oh, Lord, we did not need 2 hours of this. Why? Oh, thank God it's over. Oh, it was an hour and a half. And they just didn't give us enough. Like the lead up to the shaman shit, I was good. They could have kept this at an hour. And then given us Resolulu on the next episode.